Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Employer Highlight Series for the Ohio Men's Jobs Columbus Franklin County Job Center. My name is Scott Johnson. I'm the Job Center operator. We're happy to have you here on this beautiful sunny Tuesday. Our employer for today is Pitt, Ohio, and I have Brian Sell, who's one of the HR business partners for Pitt, Ohio, joining me. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So for those of you that have watched an employer highlight before, you know that this is our moment to highlight one of our great Central Ohio employers, to let you get to know the company, the history of the company, and everything like that, and some of the great opportunities that they have available right now. And so, Brian, let's just dig right into the conversation and start that way. Maybe tell us a little about Pitt, Ohio itself, the size of the company, the history, and that type of thing.
Okay. Well, Pitt, Ohio is based here in Pittsburgh. We have 21 terminals in 9 states. We are what's known in the trucking world is an LTL company, and that stands for less than load. So customers that ship freight with us buy space, on one of our straight trucks or one of our trailers, and we can ship to their customers in various sites for them. Company was started here in Pittsburgh, has roots going back all the way to the early 1900s. Charles Hamill started this company with no trucks. Trucks weren't invented at this time. It was a horse and buggy, and he would deliver produce to customers here in the Strip District neighborhood of Pittsburgh, which is where our Pittsburgh terminal started and where our corporate office currently is today. So that's where I'm at. Over the years, Mr. Hamill showed his sons the business, who showed his sons the business, and they eventually developed that company into what Pitt, Ohio is today. So, a family-owned company, 3rd generation. Charles Hamill III is our owner, our president, family man, and we're a family-owned company and proud to be one.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. And I think, a couple of things that I heard you mention that I definitely want to lift up again is that idea of being family-owned.
Right.
It's got a lot of longevity, obviously, within it, but there's more of a personal touch a lot of times to those family-owned businesses, and I'm sure you've experienced that. Maybe kind of leading off of that, let's talk a little about the culture of working at Pitt, Ohio, and what it's like to be supported by the organization as an employee.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, it's family owned, and that's, part of our culture. We have a lot of 20, 30, and some 40-year employees that have been with us since day one. And I think that's attributed to the strong culture that we have, again, focusing around that family atmosphere and that family owned company that we are.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that I know I always look for in an employer, and it's really important, besides just feeling like I fit culturally with the organization, is to really understand how they support their employees from like a professional development perspective. Are there training paths and promotion opportunities from within the organization? So why don't we talk a little about that?
Sure. Yeah, we have great promotional opportunities for anybody at any of our terminals or anybody here in the corporate office. We're starting all remote positions a little bit here and there. So now we can recruit in markets that we could never recruit before. So that's definitely helping build a candidate pipeline and build awareness for the company. One of the main areas of professional development we have would be our driver apprenticeship program. This is typically designed for a younger candidate, but anybody can apply. And we have all different age groups do apply daily to this, but it basically is a dock to driver training program. It saves you from paying tuition to going to a trucking school. It's all paid on the job training. So you start off as a dock worker. Over the months, over the years, you develop into a full-time CDL driver with us, and that's the end result. At the end of this apprentice program, you're going to have a home daily driving job with a great company.
So that's really awesome. And one of the things that you mentioned is that you don't have to go into debt to get your CDL license that way, which is really important. But the other thing for somebody to also remember is you're earning a wage the entire time.
Correct.
Yeah, so, that way they're not, working to still support themselves or their family and trying to go to school and balance it all. So you get to learn while earning, which I think is always a great model.
Yes, absolutely. And, the other thing is too, I mentioned the home daily aspect. For the newer drivers, sometimes the only job opportunities they can get are going out over the road. And we've all heard stories of, okay, I'm only home on Sundays and I've been a full-time driver. I'm only home for less than 48 hours on the weekends. We don't do that here. We're always home daily, and unless there's a snowstorm or some type of weather event like that. So it's, again, you're spending more time with your family, and that relates back to our culture.
Yeah. And I know that part of what we're talking about here and a lot of the positions you're really trying to recruit for, which we will talk about more in a little bit, are the dock worker type positions and the driver positions.
Yes.
But, as you mentioned, there are also some customer service positions within the organization that are even work from home. So you guys really are giving opportunities to individuals that have never worked in maybe the logistics industry to figure out what they might want to do by starting in one type of position and transition over to something else, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We have some freight bill entry positions that are remote. We have customer service positions that are remote. Some other positions here, more corporate based, but are still remote. And then at the terminal as well, we have office staff that does appointments, some record keeping, some paperwork, and some customer service. And that's a nice, admin type role, entry level role for somebody looking to get into the transportation field. You might not necessarily want to be out in operations, out driving, or out on the terminal dock every day.
Yeah, and for anyone who wants more information about any of that, you can see the URL on the screen where you can go to explore those positions that are available right now. So that way you really have an idea of all the great offerings that are out there with Pitt, Ohio.
Absolutely.
So you're applying for the position that is the best fit for you. So we've talked about kind of the history of the company itself, and we've talked about that culture and where things are. Let's talk about benefits for a minute, because for a lot of individuals, benefits are really almost as, if not more important than pay itself. What does the benefits package look like at Pitt, Ohio?
Yeah, we have a phenomenal benefits package. Company paid benefits for your medical, for you and your family. There's no payroll deductions for those. So you can't beat free. They're good benefits. It would be one thing to say, well, there's no cost to the employee and you're not getting anything in return. They're really good benefits at no cost to you or your family. There's dental and vision reimbursement program. Dental, you have a very low cost, about a couple dollars a pay. And those benefits start on your 90th calendar day of employment. As far as a retirement plan, we do have a 401k program. We do profit sharing. If you look at our history, look at some of our job descriptions, you'll see Pitt, Ohio is a very profitable company with a good, safe growth, very good history of growing in our markets. So the profit sharing is a really good option for retirement. We do weekly paychecks. I know that's becoming very popular. I've watched some of these employer highlights, and they've mentioned paying a little bit quicker than the traditional biweekly pay that we're all pretty used to. We do weekly pay, so that's a nice feature as well. Summer cookouts, one Friday in May, June, July, and August, we have a summer cookout that's here at corporate in every single one of our terminals. It's just just a little something extra that we do. Ending with Driver Dock Appreciation Week, where we have all kinds of fun activities, and ending on Friday with the last cookout for the summer. Big safety culture that we have here, along with health and wellness. We've won countless safety awards. So if somebody's looking to drive for us, know that you're going to be put in a very safe vehicle. Our safety department typically is made up of all former drivers. They've been in the field, they've been out on the roads. They're not going to ask you to do anything that's unsafe. Implement a lot of technology into the trucks themselves to keep you and others safe. We all see the ads on TV saying, oh, tractor trailers can be dangerous. We have a phenomenal safety record with Pitt, Ohio, and we want to continue that legacy.
So you just threw out a lot of wonderful things that need to be lifted up. For those that didn't catch, I heard no cost health insurance benefits, which is a
Correct.
big deal. And really, you even went back to that idea of being family owned and really focusing on that relationship with employees, talking about the cookouts in the summer, Dock Worker Appreciation Week. So it sounds like there are a lot of things within the benefits package that really supports individuals within the organization.
Absolutely. We also have a big health and wellness program here. Newsletters that come out monthly. We want to promote that to our drivers and to their families as well.
Yeah, that is all just absolutely awesome. So for those that might be interested, let's talk a little about the application process.
Sure.
In a minute, we'll talk about our Thursday event that you're doing with us this Thursday as one way that individuals can apply. But just overall, what does the hiring process look like with Pitt, Ohio?
We have a couple of different ways to apply to get your name and your face out there in front of the hiring manager, in front of the recruitment team. The website's up there, pittohio.com. Career Center is one of the tabs at the very top of the page, and then you can read more about the company and then search for a position from that point forward. So all the applications are done online. Once you apply, the terminal manager will review your application. If they're interested in moving forward with you, they'll kind of give you a call for an initial phone conversation. If everything goes well, you come down to the terminal, you have an on-site interview, you kind of get to see some of the things happening there, and then a conditional job offer. You can start your onboarding paperwork. There's some safety documents you need to fill out for authorizing the safety department to run your motor vehicle report and things of that nature. And then all the onboarding is actually digital now. So you'll watch all your new hire videos, do all your new hire paperwork in the comforts of your own home. You don't have to sit through an orientation class. You can do this, a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks in advance of your start date.
So that all again seems really accommodating to help make the transition to becoming an employee as easy as possible. That's excellent.
Yeah. This is brand new. We just started this spring and this summer. So all digital onboarding is something we wanted to go to for a while, and it's finally coming to fruition. It's been working out great. The other things we do is virtual hiring events through Indeed.com's platform. Columbus has one about once a month. It's well advertised on Indeed.com. And if you sign up for an interview, basically do what we're doing now, have a conversation through, video chat. And then the HR recruiting team will send all your info to the terminal manager and get you an on-site interview if everything's a good fit and to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know you guys are always a great participant in our core virtual hiring events as well, like the one we had last week. And, I've kind of teased it a few times, but we definitely want to lift up that you're going to have a team here this Thursday at 11 a.m. to be our Thursday with an employer.
Yes.
So for anyone who's listening and they have an interest in working with, potentially working for Pitt, Ohio, you can actually register at our website, which is omjcfc.org/Thursday, or you can call us at 614-559-5052, and we can get you registered for this event. You'll show up on Thursday at 11 o'clock and be able to talk to Brian and the team and understand all of the benefits, all of the culture, all the things that we've talked about, and ask questions. And if you feel like the position is a good fit for you, you'll be able to start that hiring process on site here at the Job Center. So we're really excited to have you guys here for that, and hopefully we'll have a great response for you as well.
Perfect.
So we've teased around a couple of positions. We also talked about the driver apprenticeship position, which I think is great. Let's really kind of focus now on the positions that you have open that you're really hoping to recruit for this Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, we have dock worker positions open, and that position would be based at the terminal, loading and unloading the freight that comes in and out of Columbus terminal every day. I did want to mention our Columbus terminal is located in Grove City, Ohio, on Hardy Parkway Street, just to get the specific location. So its physical address, we call it the Columbus terminal, but its physical address is in Grove City, Ohio. And that's fairly common for a lot of our terminals. So dock worker position, we have full-time and part-time. Typically, those folks work an inbound or an outbound shift. Outbound is usually in the evenings. Inbound is typically overnights into the early mornings. That's just when the freight is coming in and out of the terminal and things need to be loaded and unloaded. We have a lot of driving positions. Whether you're a new driver or a seasoned vet, we have a Class B finishing program. We have a Class A finishing program. Basically, what the finishing programs are for the newer drivers to gain some miles of experience before they transition to a full-time driver for Pitt, Ohio. Anybody that does have experience, whether it's Class A or Class B, has some wonderful opportunities for them. Being what we call a city driver. And that basically is just a local pickup and delivery driver. It's a Monday through Friday position. It's a daylight position. You're not in a truck all day by yourself with no interaction. You're getting out at various customer sites, speaking with folks, getting the freight loaded or unloaded off the truck, getting your paperwork done, and moving on to the next spot. So it's a good way to get out into the field, meet the customers, and meet the people that support our business and really pay our paychecks every week. And then for Class A only, we have what's called line haul driving. And this is a nighttime position. Typically, these drivers drive Monday through Friday nights, finishing up Saturday morning for the weekend. And they get paid cents per mile. More of driving point A to point B, taking a trailer out to your location, your destination, hooking up to a new trailer and bringing it back to the Columbus terminal. So a nighttime position, but paid cents per mile as opposed to an hourly rate. And those are some of our more long-term drivers that do that line haul driving. So great opportunities there. It's all home daily. Like I said, you don't have to go over the road for a week. Typically, these drivers are driving about 300 to 500 or so miles a night. So it's trips you can do in, your DOT regulated time, which is driving for 11 hours and being on the clock for a max of 14 a day.
Yeah, so that's awesome though. And the thing that I picked up on again, and I know I've talked about it a lot, is with your finishing programs, you have figured out a way to take somebody who is newly licensed that may not have that experience that most companies require when someone applies, and you found a way to really work with the person to get them to that point and bring them into the organization the right way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, anybody from new graduates to folks that might have a year or two of experience, we, depending on how many miles they've driven, would fit that bill. And there's openings right now for Class A and Class B. We also have diesel mechanic positions for our maintenance shop over at the Columbus terminal. From time to time, we do building maintenance positions. I believe there's an opening for that right now. So that would be actually the grounds, the terminal building itself, all the dock doors and the facility maintenance that needs done, as well as the office positions that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so a lot of great diversity in positions. I have the URL up again right now for Pitt, Ohio. So if you have an interest, you can look at their careers page to really see what kind of openings are out there and know what you might be able to come in and apply for on Thursday. Brian, I appreciate you taking some time today to remind everybody, Pitt, Ohio is our Thursday with an employer partner for this week. Brian and the team will be here on June 30th at 11 a.m. to talk to interested candidates and potentially start the application process. If you'd like to come, feel free to visit our website, which is omjcfc.org/Thursday to register, or you can call us at 614-559-5052. We really hope to see you here. It's a lot of great, awesome employment opportunities with Pitt, Ohio. Brian, I think one thing that we didn't really discuss is kind of pay range.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at pay range wise right now?
Dock workers are making about 21 an hour. After 6 months with the company, everybody gets pretty much a bump up. So you get full rate after 6 months now, which is nice. It used to be a few years before you hit top rate. We've bumped that down to 6 months. Class B drivers are about 29 to 30, similar with Class A. I think they're about 31, and then about 70 cents a mile for line haul. So give or take some percentages there, but all the pay rates are posted on the website with the starting rate and the after the 6 months rate.
So that is awesome, and throw in no cost healthcare.
Yes.
Health insurance. So that's a huge win for anyone who is looking for an awesome opportunity with a great company. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up today?
I'm trying to think. Looking through my notes here. No, I think we covered everything. I think we had a good conversation here. So that works.
Yeah, I would certainly agree. So just as a reminder, come to our this Thursday here at the Job Center. It's on the 30th at 11 a.m. You can register at omjcfc.org/Thursday or call us at 614-559-5052, and you can get a chance to meet with Brian and the team to learn more about Pitt, Ohio, and to start the application process for all of these great employment opportunities that aren't just for dock workers and drivers. There's a lot of great opportunities with Pitt, Ohio, so we definitely want everybody to explore all of those opportunities possible. Well, Brian, I want to thank you for your time today and look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And for everyone out on the live feeds, thanks a lot and have a great day.